Previously, on the edge of Spiderverse, the web of life is safe after a massive fight with the ancient evil, Shatra. The event revives all the dead spider heroes who were killed by the Inheritors, and everything goes back to normal. But no one knows how long such a peace can last. Madam Web finds out something dangerous is coming to destroy the Great Web. Whatever it is, it will be targeting the most powerful spider heroes, so no one could stop the threat. So Madam Web recruits Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and she tells him about the danger and orders him to form a spider society, a task force built on the spider heroes to go up against this threat. And now it is Miguel's job to find the perfect spiders to make a team. Madam Web leaves, but as Miguel opens a portal to go back to his own world, he is confronted and brutalized by a bunch of villains of Spidey's rogue gallery. It was Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and Craven. They know what Miguel is planning, and their army is here to kill every single spider heroes and rule the multiverse. Welcome to Comicstube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 1 of Web of Spider-Man. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up with Miles Morales. While patrolling the city, he sees the disturbance in the street. A bunch of vampires are attacking people. Recently, Miles and Blade took out the vampire lord, Raymond. But without their master, how did they come back again? So Miles wastes no time and he charges with his Venom Blast. But right at the time, Hightail, a criminal who has super speed abilities, shows up to take down the vampires. Miles thought Hightail is again controlled by the vampires, so he tries to stop her. But during the fight, the remaining vampire managed to escape. So Hightail informs Miles she is not here to fight him. For quite some days, she is hearing some weird noise into her mind, and she fears she might turn again into a vampire. They know the vampire Lord Raymond is still trapped thanks to Blade, but still this isn't looking good. And because of Miles, one vampire got away. So Miles decides to find Blade first and tell him everything about this mess. But that one vampire has something in his hand, and with it, he can free his master and rule the world again. The panel then jumps to Earth 65, the home of Spider-Gwen. But for several days, something is haunting Gwen, and she doesn't know what it is. But there are someone who are tracking Gwen's movements. Based on their reports, there are infinite number of Gwen Stacys, and their job is to monitor entire timelines. And it is the Time Variance Authority. Mobius and Obi are tracking Gwen. She is currently dealing with a bunch of weird crows. She can tell if these birds are real. This kind of things has been happening all week. She sees things in mirrors, strangers yelling at her on the street. She thought she was hallucinating, but these things are real, and she doesn't know why this is happening to her or who sent them. The crows jump on Gwen, begin to scratch her, but then a bright portal opens up, the time door, and from that, Obi shows up, tells Gwen to come with him, and Gwen fears her world is about to change. The panel then jumps to Earth 616 as after the events of Gang War, Tombstone has become the new kingpin of crime. He is informed about the arms dealing. Everything was going great until Spider-Man showed up. He waved at the criminals, acted like he was their friends, and then he jumped into action. He tore through their men. Nothing was friendly about him. All the guns are at the bottom of the East River, and their men were captured by the cops. So Tombstone tells White Rabbit those guns can be replaced. But that's not the point. If people think they are working with Spider-Man, then there is no way they can rule the New York City. Spider-Man may want this, but he has no idea what Tombstone will do to keep this city. So he is allowing Spider-Man to act cute. He has got big plans, and when he is done, there won't be any Spider-Man to worry about. Tombstone will kill them all. On the other side, Norman Osborn, the Gold Goblin, is chasing the Grave Goblin, and Norman has had enough. His energy blast forces Grave Goblin to get crashed on a rooftop, and Norman wants to send this Goblin to the Limbo Embassy to capture him for eternity. And then, the Grave Goblin tells Norman he knows why Norman came here, as he is the only thing left to remind Norman of what he used to be. But then, Norman, with his inner Goblin persona, tells the villain, maybe not. As it seems, after Peter got infected by the Goblin seeds, Norman managed to save Peter but in doing so, the sins of Goblin were transferred into Norman, and currently he is struggling to keep his evil self inside him. But the real danger is happening into another Earth. Miguel is being chased by a variant of Green Goblin. Dodging the pumpkin bombs, Miguel tries his best to survive and escape the Goblin, but it is making difficult for him. The last thing he remembers, he was talking to Madame Web about the unknown threat, and she was asking Miguel to put together a team, a spider society, to stop the danger. They would be the last line of defense against this unknown threat. But before Miguel could pour back to his time, he was confronted by some villains, and he was badly beaten up. They made him unconscious and took him into their secret base. When he came to his sense, he heard some voices which were familiar but different. It sounded like they were arguing about killing Miguel. They tied him up tightly, but they didn't know him that well. So Miguel wasted no time. He freed himself and tried to escape the place. But he realized the threat that Madame Web was talking about wasn't coming. It was already here. Whoever this Goblin person is, she is determined to take Miguel's life. He tries to figure out what the Goblin's weaknesses are, but the Goblin makes sure Miguel will not get that. His head is spinning, heart is racing. Miguel doesn't have much time, so he decides to warn Madame Web about this mess. He contacts his hollow assistant, Lila, to inform Madame Web about this Goblin. But before he can send the message, Miguel gets hit in the back and he crashes into a wall. Then Miguel realizes he knows this voice. Seeing the Goblin, he can't believe his eyes. He asks her what happened to her, but the Goblin tells Miguel she wanted this. She wanted to be the Green Goblin. It was Gwen Stacy's destiny, and she removes her mask and reveals her face. It is Gwen Stacy. She grabs Miguel by the throat and tells him they didn't capture him to kill him. They want them to know all of the spiders. They are coming as an army, and Miguel will be their messenger. He is going to warn his friends, the people he loves. He is going to tell them the villains are coming. But right at the time, Gwen gets hit from the back, and it is Anya, the spider girl. Seeing her, Miguel gets relieved, so Anya helps him to stand up. But before they can escape, the Green Goblin interferes. She grabs Miguel's hand and throws a pumpkin bomb towards Anya. The explosion catches Anya off guard, and it puts her into the ground. And the evil Gwen takes Miguel with her to rule the multiverse with her army. And with that, the chapter 1 of Web of Spider-Man comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share them on the comment section down below. And please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.